Real Estate Insider, where America goes for funding. Give us a call, text my office at 832-431-6331, your direct nationwide lender. For the last 22 years, guys, we've been actively lending in America, doing commercial lending, hard money, residential, private lending, non-QM, DSCR, and we do our lives every single week. We wanted to come to you because we know this is a busy week before Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to all you guys out there. Hope that you get to spend time with your friends and your family and your loved ones. We're doing this show early this week because we want to spend time with our family and friends this week. So today we're talking about the biggest thing that we're extremely successful with is our DSCR construction build to rent program for real estate investors, entrepreneurs, business owners that have building and background experience, whether you've done it on your own or you've JV'd with somebody, you partnered up. The build to rent program is one of the hottest things for small to medium-sized builders in America right now. The people that are, builders that are usually building under 100 homes a year, they choose private lending because it's faster speed to capital, easier loan processing, faster closings, less BS, less red tape. And the interest rates and the fees are not that much different, maybe 1 or 2% higher than a bank. So if you think about it, it makes a lot more sense to deal with a private lender such as us versus dealing with a bank and having to go through all the rigmarole, the ups and downs, the hoops. And also a bank can pull your loan anytime and call your loan or your line. And if you're in the middle of construction, you could be, and we get those calls every single week where somebody's working with a bank and the bank calls their loan for whatever reason. Maybe the bank shifts their market sentiment towards builders and they have to, either close up shop or find a different lender to take them out. You don't want to be in a situation like that. And I know if you're watching this and you are a builder, you're a developer, you've probably been in a situation like that before. You can't have the risk of your business being in that precarious situation because you could get shut down. So it's always good to have multiple options when it comes to being a builder or developer for your funding partner. And that's what we want to be. We work with hundreds of different funds that we work with all over the country, whether you're just doing one home or you're doing 1,000 homes, right? Depending on how big your project is. So we want to be your lender to be able to help you to be able to get that done. And the build to rent program is a phenomenal program. It's designed for builders that want to keep their properties and then refinance them to DSCR and then turn them into short-term or long-term rentals. Now, of course, you can sell the property. There's no prepayment penalty on a construction loan. And there's nothing wrong with that. If that's your exit strategy is to build to sell, that program is here. It's always been here. But the biggest thing that's shifted in the last 5 years is build to rent. Obviously, as land is becoming more and more scarce and people are after cash flow, after yield, and they're seeing what's happened with real estate prices, it makes a lot more sense to keep the properties. And so depending on what your risk, what your analysis is, your risk tolerance, what your goals are, whatever type of returns and stuff like that. So it works as a private construction loan. Will lend up to 90% loan to cost for top tier builders, 85% for mid tier, and then 80% for low tier. And basically that's of the cost basis. That means that if we're advancing 85%, we're going to give 85% of the cost. You're going to put 15% of the cost in, and your land is your equity contribution. Land is your down payment into the project if you own the land, or land equity. You need to put cash or land up to cover your 15%. If it's 10% down, you do the same thing, cash or land. If it's 20% down, same thing, cash or land. The closing costs can be put into the loan. The interest payments during construction can also be put into the loan too. You don't have to make any payments. It's usually a 1 to 2 year term, interest only. There's no prepayment penalty. The closing costs are usually 2 to 3%. They get added to the loan. There's no debt to income ratio, no tax returns, no W-2s, no pay stubs. So you don't have to do any of that type of underwriting. If you own other businesses, we don't get those other businesses involved. So it's just based off of your experience, which they want to see that you build at least 2 homes in the last 3 years, ideally, or more. You have at least 6 months of reserves in the bank account. Ideally, you have a 700 or higher credit score, so you should have good credit. If you've never built a house or you have bad credit, you should partner up with somebody that has good credit or has built homes. So that way you can ensure that you're going to get approved. If you have bad credit, you're not going to get approved for the loan unless you have a partner. Okay. If you don't have any experience, you're not going to get approved. You have to partner up with somebody that has experience. So it's very, very important. So we offer these programs nationwide. It can be Hawaii, it can be New York, Florida, Texas, California. It has to be in an urban metro area, no rural areas. The acreage has to be under 10 acres per lot. Okay, ideally. Yeah, it's an awesome program. Now, what happens is once the construction is done, it's a draw schedule, as many draws as you need. Once the construction is completed, you can convert it over to a DSCR cash out. And if you have multiple properties, you can blank them into one blanket loan. For example, if you have 20 properties that we gave you a construction loan on, and you want to keep those properties and you now want to refinance them, you can refinance them up to 75% of the ARV once the project's done. So you can pull cash out, obviously, because you have so much equity in the project, and you can do a 30-year fix. You can do a 5 or 10-year interest only. Those interest rates are today around 5.5%. And you can pull the cash out if you want. You don't have to pull the cash out. It does require a debt service of 1 or higher on the loan. So keep that in mind. But you could, in theory, go to 75% of the future value of the property and pull cash out, even though you don't have it leased out. It can be, obviously, if it's new construction, you're not going to have those properties leased out yet. So they're going to be vacant, which is fine for the loan. And then you can bundle them all into one loan if you want to, or you can have separate loans if you want to. So keep that in mind. That's how the DSCR construction build to rent program works. And it's available, like I said, all over the country. There's no maximum loan amount that we do on this. The minimum is $500,000, but there's no maximum. And we can close usually in 3 to 4 weeks. We do have to have an appraisal done on the property. There's no upfront fees like contracts. We don't even do a hard check to get you pre-approved. We just do a soft check. So if this is something that you're interested in, you're a small to mid-tier builder, someone that's building under 100 homes a year, you want more funding options maybe than just your local regional bank. You want to go to the Main Street or Wall Street to come out to have other options, which I think is a good idea just in case something happens. You have us there as a backup. This is what we specialize in, is in construction lending. We've been doing it since 2005. So if you want more information on it, you're trying to figure out how to make it work, obviously give us a call, text our office, 832-431-6331. The other thing is, if you are planning to sell the properties, we have our builder incentive program where we offer your end buyer, the person buying your homes, a 2% below market rate, just like you see with KB, DR Horton, Lennar. All the big boys own the mortgage company, and then they turn around and sell the properties to the end buyer. But they're offering the customer, instead of if the going rate's 6%, they're offering the customer 3.9. They buy down the rate and they roll those costs into the loan, so that way the buyer doesn't have to pay it out of pocket. So you can offer your buyer a very low interest rate to make it very attractive for them to want to get involved and do a loan with you, because obviously if the interest rate's 2% lower, they can afford that mortgage, and they're going to be more induced and motivated to buy your home because it's more affordable. A $1 million loan, if the interest rate's 2% lower, the payment's going to be $2,100 cheaper per month. That's $24,500 cheaper per year. And most people, that's a lot of money to contemplate. So if they see that lower rate and you're offering that, they're going to be compelled to want to buy your home, especially if they don't have to pay out of pocket for it, even though it's being rolled into the loan. So we offer that program too on our builder incentive program. So if you want more information on that, please reach out to us as well. We offer that for builders. Now with that deal, it does require that obviously we do the construction loans for you, and that you're going to commit at least $2 million of your inventory for the builder incentive program. And if you do that, then we can lock you in and work with you on that. So if you want more information about that too, let us know. I mean, those are the main key aspects of these loans and how we can help and add value. So if you're a builder, a developer, an investor, entrepreneur, and you're in construction, this could be for single family, multifamily, it can be for condos, high rises. So any of the above, you know, is fine. It can be, and ideally, like I said, it has to be in an urban metro area, no rural areas. So if this is somebody that you know, or this is you that's watching this, that's in this situation, please reach out to us. We'd love to help you and figure out how to put this together. Give us a call, text my office. We've been actively lending in America for over 22 years. 832-431-6331. And all the links are down below to get signed up for enrollment. You can click on those. There's no cost for enrollment. There's no hard credit check. There's just a soft check whenever we get the process going. We are the actual lender. We're not we're a mortgage broker and a direct lender. We do both, but we're not a marketer or third party. We actually make the loan, the underwriting, the processing, everything's done internally with our company. And you can check us out on the web. All of our information, like I said, is down below. So please reach out if we can help add value. I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving with your family. Call, text us, whatever we can do to help. 832-431-6331. Also, don't forget about our Amazon Rewards program. If you're a customer, a partner, a vendor, get signed up to get your free Amazon gift cards by leaving us a 5-star review on Google at Angelo Christian. Check that out. And then if you want to join our loan partnership program to get signed up with that, to get paid for your referrals, you can get signed up with our loan partnership program. And obviously, if you need help with funding, we're here. Commercial, residential, private lending. And then lastly, if you want to join our real estate university to become a top producer, top closer with Angelo Christian, the platform that I built, Real Estate University Online, that information is down below too. So reach out to us if you want more information on that. So we appreciate all of you guys tuning in and watching the channel. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Please reach out. Take care. God bless. We love you. We'll see you all again next week. Take care. Bye-bye.